Let me do one more. See if this goes off for a second. Just like a Banana Rama's Cruel Summer, or like Men at Work, Down Under. When that song makes sense to you, I don't know how a song like that could ever chart because it doesn't lyrically. It doesn't amongst common folk that those lyrics don't make any sense. But to the indoctrinated and the people that are inducted, and when that song makes sense to you, you might be in for a rude awakening of some sort, big time. Zombie Dave, in my case, it just fit because I'd wake up he lived in my basement and down under like Australia, like ghetto. The word ghetto means down under. And we were both ghetto, but he lived beneath me. So therefore I used to get real British at thinking about it. And I was like stuck with him. I was paying like giving him a massive discount so we can live in a refurbished zombie basement that was all perfect. My stepfather put tender love and care into each shit and made it luxurious for him and shit. And I just resented the fucker. And he was there basically as like as like security. It seemed like just quietly huffing meth and fucking smoking those goddamn cigars. And he was nice though. He just kept to himself. He played video games, but I think he would get so methed out he would get stuck and he wouldn't get up or make a creak, or it would get so quiet and all I could smell was those toxic cigars. And I was getting high on my own amphetamine and I started to get paranoid and angry. Plus I started thinking about all the times I couldn't fuck Summer quietly and like, with full, you know, because there's a goddamn camera in there. And plus Zombie Dave is creeping around. Not that I blame him or anything, but I mean, if it wasn't him, it was someone else. And it's just always someone living beneath you, the man hired to live above you. That's my life story, y'all. I was never able to go but 10 feet not to have some kind of invisible motherfucker there assigned to somebody, maybe three of them if I'm trying to be realistic, that were there, keeping a perimeter. Everybody knows everything. Oh, they know for a fact. Oh, Aaron, your boy went out last night to the pub. He stayed out till 3, went across the street, had spaghetti and chicken, came home in a taxi cab. They don't ever speak that, but they fucking know it. Don't ask me how, because one of their boys was out doing the same. That's what I want to do with Mealabot. Just take her out to the bar down here. I forget the name of it. And drink till 3 a.m. And then go across the street and get some spaghetti and chicken. It's just the best nightcap ever. And you take it with you because they give you so much fucking spaghetti and so much, just tons and tons of chicken, too much. And that's what I would do. But yeah, you cover them down under. Everybody does it to some degree. He was just, I mean, it's just the most unnerving shit. Just having this spectrum that this, all you could smell. I mean, he would time his cigarette smoking. Well, I knew him so well because I lived there with him for 7 years. He's always in my basement. He lived in my attic for 3 or 4 years, I think, without a fucking shower. Don't ask me. But when I first moved into the place, I got it from my sister. And I moved in and she's like, "This is Dave. He's going to be getting the downstairs." I'm like, "The downstairs, my room with the shower? I'm going to live in the attic?" That was the kind of thing. I was always in competition with Zombie Dave through the proxy of my mother's husband, who was always putting him over me. And I'm like, "I'm not living. I need a shower. I got a girlfriend." And I was living with Maya too at the time. I'm like, "I got two girls with me. I got this bitch needs a pussy jet. She needs a shower jet for her pussy, and so's her mother, Prano. Get the fuck." And I sent him back upstairs. I made him shower on the highway. Drive out to the fucking highway, use a Roy Rogers fucking bathroom. Fuck that. I finally beat him with a belt. Remember, 8 years ago on the channel. Remember when my house burned down and I was live on YouTube? But I beat Zombie Dave with a belt, and I don't feel bad about it. I went downstairs and waited for him. I broke into his house just like Albert did to Jessica's first husband. I did the same thing. I broke into the apartment. I waited for him, but I attacked him. I jumped out of the shadows with the belt buckle and on a leather strap. And he came in with a coffee and he threw his zombie coffee all over the wall. I beat him to death. And it was awesome because just as he was running out of the house, my mother was pulling up with a bag full of groceries. And she's like, "What did you do to Dave?" I'm like, "I finally beat his ass. I beat him so fucking bad in there." And I thought she was gonna go crazy on me, and she just smiled and laughed because I had it with Zombie Dave, and he never came back. That was the end. But he's back. He's back around somewhere now. Somebody told me, and I'd like to see him again. I'd like to hang out with him because we did go down a long road together. It was like 7 fucking years. It was nice hanging out with Zombie Dave, smoking joints and shit. But he was just so fucking drunk. But he was a nice man.